So we can shit on them, but shorty generous. She wanna pack her little friends inside the 4-door. Looking at the ass, cause you the shit, but shorty in her own class on her. She know how I'm coming by her. In the height of slavery, I probably slapped the shit out of one of them little white boys. They ever tried to play with her. Probably lose my life, but shit, I proudly take their love. Simply cause I live for you. I love you like one of my kind, let it cake. You know I care for you. Think I'm funny, anything to put a smile on you, shorty. Shorty such a queen, she got me singing Elvis like the king. I can't help falling in love with something like that.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Jeneax.
And Neighborhood Bully 5.
Sexy Man 5.
Say no.
We're back with another banger for you guys.
We're doing another deep dive into the comments, and something that a lot of people were asking for was us to listen to an artist called NF. I know who this is. I'm not gonna act like I never heard of him. I know who this is, but today we listening to a song he got called Hope. It's something that a lot of people have been asking for this particular song, so we're gonna get right into it. I feel like I've heard people play NF, but I always wonder, like, is he a Christian rapper or like, I don't know what he do. Like, honestly, I don't know what he do.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he do. But we about to hop right into it, though. I don't got no commentary. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm on my way.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, I can tell what kind of song it's about to
The
be.
Renegades, they suggested this.
Oh, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. Oh, 30 years you've been
In the middle of the ocean, like I'm Tom Hanks. Sorry, I'm sorry. Like I do, because I got like little. Like I be tripping sometimes, but I had to get that one off.
It's okay, baby.
In the middle of the ocean, like I'm Tom Hanks, I'm a castaway. That's why I think this song going.
Okay.
What was you about to say?
And I was gonna say that tension felt like a scary movie, like the killer about to pop out, and then.
I'm in the middle of the ocean. Like
That's
I'm Tom
scary.
Hanks. All right, I'm done. But no, that's terrifying. Ain't he on a raft?
I'd be terrified if I woke up and I was in the middle of the ocean like this. I would probably.
First of all, it's literally impossible for you to wake up in the middle of the ocean and there's nobody around.
But how you put me here? I was sleeping that hard.
I was in a coma or something because it ain't no way you laid me out.
And I can't go nowhere. I'm gonna die here.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant.
Him talking to himself.
In your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So it's
like it's already given the vibe of high rent.
It is.
Like from the perspective of I let you do your little shit. Like I let you do the whole like the humble, I'm just trying to figure it out, honest, nice guy thing. But that shit ain't getting us nowhere.
Right,
it's time to let the bad guy out. But it's like you always hear anybody who's been successful always say you have to incorporate all of the parts of yourself and acknowledge them. That I'm not saying embrace like becoming whatever, But it's like you have to acknowledge every piece of yourself that's there and unify them to be strong enough to get over the threshold.
Yeah.
So like to that perspective, I kind of get that point of view. If you try to keep everything that you don't like about yourself buried, there's always going to be parts of yourself that you're not using the fuel to get where you got to go.
Yeah, it's okay to tap into that sometimes.
Because you can't be the nice guy all the time.
Yeah.
You can't be nice to everybody.
Sometimes you gotta put your foot down and insert yourself.
Yeah, you gotta be big dog sometimes.
Yeah.
Without further ado, I like to introduce my album. My album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their tail between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person.
I love this.
He kind of sound like Eminem a little bit.
Oh, I'm gonna bite my tongue. Go ahead.
Just the flow, kind of like.
No, I feel you. They know they know me well enough by now.
In no way am I comparing the two, but I'm just saying.
No, what I was gonna say is, I really do like the fact that he's kind of embracing just the fact of where I am and who I am versus who I have to become to be where I want to go. Mm-hmm. First, you got to acknowledge what success looks like to me, because success is different to everybody.
Yeah.
Some people are willing to conform everything about themselves just to be famous.
Yeah, some people aren't.
But I like the fact that he's kind of describing, the song kind of plays as a checklist. It's like, okay, what's my definition of success? Boom, boom,
Check.
this. Being able to walk away from some money because I don't want to turn into somebody I'm not. Because I mean, is it really success where at the end of it all, you can have $1 billion, but you don't know who you are anymore? It's not really worth it at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like you hear every day about the suicide rates of celebrities and just that world.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them lose themselves to who they had to turn into.
Yeah, money's not enough to keep you happy.
And as much as like we don't like that phrase, you know, you always hear people say, you know, money will make you happy as far as giving you the accessibility to new avenues in life to enjoy, for sure. Mm-hmm. But when you have to change who you are to have that money, you won't be happy because you'll never forgive yourself for that.
Right.
And I think that's the difficult part. But I like that about this song. I feel like he's just basically giving us as the audience a way to kind of see him for who he is. And it's gonna be like juxtaposed to what I gotta do. And it's, I like where it's going.
That would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different.
I like him. I like him. It's giving Christian rapper. I'm not. Don't beat me up in the comments. But it's the way he rapping is like with the utmost positivity.
Yeah, like he a preacher or something.
The I've been reborn rap.
Yeah.
Like that's what it in a good way. I'm not
like
saying I don't like Christian rappers. It's just I've always. When I've heard from him in the past, it was always just so,
like,
you know what I mean.
So yeah, I get
That's
it.
not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in them. They get it.
Okay, production value.
That was
I don't want to let the video go by and we don't, because I forget stuff very easy. I like the scenery because I want to touch on the video before I forget. I like that it's showing the duality of the light and the darkness that we all carry inside of us. Yeah. And how sometimes the darkness will push you into the depths. Like sometimes your godliness or your holiness, whatever, your self-righteousness, whatever you like to call it, can get in the way and make you kind of, because you see how he was kind of on, he was on his soapbox just talking about like, this is what it means to be successful. Right. But then I think a lot of people kind of get inside their head when I get an idea of positivity and I feel like I'm evolving, I can just forget about those parts in the background. You know those whispers in the back of your head that's telling you you're not enough or telling you that you're not doing good enough. They always gonna be there and they always gonna attack you the way that they just did. They gonna push you down too. But always. I like the imagery of the video. It's telling a story in its own.
Yeah, I love it.
Evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never evolve, I know I can change. We are not enough, we are not the same. You don't have the heart, you don't have the strength, you don't have the will, you don't have the faith. You'll never be loved, you'll never be safe. Might as well give up, not running away. You don't have the guts, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge, I'm taking the reins.
I have so much to say.
You
want to go first?
No.
I got so much to say.
Go ahead.
Number one, I wanna preface with this. The reason why I love the fact, and I'm talking to you, the reason why I love the fact that they recommend white artists to us is because I've always been, I take that back, not always. I've grown as I've gotten older to be a very non-judgmental person. Would you agree with that? Mm-hmm. I allow people to, I kind of, what I like about the artists that they suggest to us, I can always find myself in them. Even though we don't look the same, we think the same, we've been through similar circumstances, I resonate with their story. My favorite thing about it is the fact that regardless of whatever you're looking at, if you take the time to listen to somebody's perspective, you'd be surprised how much of yourself you can find in the next person. Yeah. We always be so scared to give people a chance. Everybody's afraid to talk to each other. But it's like you don't realize how much peace comes with having a meaningful conversation. And the artists that they've been suggesting to us lately, like Ren or this guy, they're not afraid to bare their truths and let you know that I've been fucked up and I'm trying to figure out how to crawl back from that place. And I like the fact that the video tells that same story from a different perspective. It's like in a more literal sense. You always hear like, you go through trials and tribulations, your demons will kick you down in the dirt. He literally got kicked down in the dirt. Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that it was him embracing the other side and not making it so his demons was trying to keep his head buried in the sand, but it was showing him every aspect of what it could have been.
Right.
It was showing him outcomes of what you kept caged or what you could have grown to be if you didn't allow yourself to break down. A lot of people be so afraid to hit rock bottom, or people are terrified to suffer. People that are scared to be alone, they scared to go to therapy and have serious conversations because they're afraid that they'll be judged.
Right.
But if you don't give yourself the chance to fall apart sometimes, if you don't cry, if you don't hug the people you love, you're going to turn around one day and realize you missed every opportunity you had to change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like about this song.
I love that. You gotta hit rock bottom sometimes. Gotta crawl your way back out of it.
Come on, and I love it. And it is really reminiscent of High Rent, especially in the last scene where it shows everything you don't like about yourself will always be a part of you. And it'll be a constant back and forth. You'll never be so godly or so evolved that you don't have rough days. Mm-hmm. But I love to see that part more than I like to see the godliness.
Yeah.
Only because it gives you hope. That is like, regardless of how hard things might feel, it can change.
It can.
When you feel alone in the middle of the ocean, if you feel like a castaway, and you feel like you're the only person in the world dealing with whatever battle you're dealing. Moments like this, when you see people put that all out in the open, make it all worth it.
Yeah.
And that's why artists like this got such a big fan base, because this is the stuff people need to see.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say that. That's why they have a supportive fan base, because they're just honest about what they go through.
Because no matter where you come from, what's more relatable than mental health? Mm-hmm. That's the only thing we all share in common is pain. Everybody that's been through something. Yeah. I don't care what it is. I really enjoyed this song, and I like the lyrics. The last thing I want to say is something that we always hear, especially when we talking to some of the people we've got to know. They always say you can be surrounded by people who have their own definition of success, but if you look at somebody's life full circle and you don't want to replicate every aspect of the success they have, you can have somebody that has $50 billion, but they divorced and their children don't want anything to do with them. Mm-hmm. Or would you rather be somebody that's mildly successful compared to that, but they have a successful marriage, their children come home on the holidays, they have positive relationships with their parents, they pour back into the community. You got to decide what success looks like for you and not just look at what people show you. Success don't always have to do with just money. It's about the full circle of what your life balance look like.
Yeah, that's so true. Gotta pick your poison.
Yeah, because I mean, would you rather, and this is a genuine question, would you rather have $10 billion and no significant relationships, or would you rather have $1 million and have all of the above?
Yeah, $1 million.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you got people in the world that they selfishness and their ego make them think they should choose the latter.
Right.
But it's like, when you really get there, you'll be like, damn, this is ass. Like,
yeah, I'd rather have people around me that I could spend money on or enjoy it with or talk about it with or something.
I mean, because when you die, what, they gonna put the money in the grave?
Shit, it's like...
what you gonna do with it?
Right, that's so true.
What you gonna do
like,
with that?
Bury my money with me.
Yeah. Hey, heard Drake say, like, when I die, put my money in the grave.
Don't give it to no one. I don't give a fuck.
That's some selfish shit. Like, that's what I mean.
It's mine.
It's mine.
It's like that, but yeah, I'd rather not be lonely with the money.
Yeah. Trust me. It sounds fun until it's not.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts on it.
I love that.
That's all I wanted to say. I love that. I love the fact that he found growth through his pain. I resonate a lot with that.
Yeah.
Especially when he was talking about his relationship with his son compared to what it was like with him and his father.
Mm-hmm. Some people that have kids and it like changed their whole outcome on life.
But it's like you never know until you do it. That's what I like this whole thing is hope. They give you hope.
Yeah, how can you hate on a song like this? It's just all positivity.
But it's real too, like.
Yeah.
But comment down below some artists y'all like to hear us check out for the first time. Whether it be more NF or just some of y'all favorite artists y'all listening to. I got a couple people in my head, but I want to see who y'all suggest.
Yeah.
Let us know y'all thoughts. Let us know if y'all agree with our thoughts or if y'all got different perspectives. We always down to listen.
Of course.
And we respond back to things that, Open up a positive dialogue. Don't be throwing shade and think you're gonna get a hide user from channel.
Right.
Come on, don't be weird.
Don't be a weirdo.
Because at the end of the day, we giving our perspective. Y'all watch the channel to see what we think.
Exactly.
Let us know what you think too, though.
And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on more videos like this one specifically. And we gonna see y'all next time. Bye.
I got on 2 rings.
Double stack.